what's up? I hope it's going really well with you thus far, and now we're looking at your forecast for May 2017. I'll start out with just saying that the sun, which is the essence of you, your focus, is now moving through that of the fourth house, which has to do with family, right? Your foundation, your roots, and so forth, but also real estate, your domain, your home, right? So, but it's traveling alone, at least for right now. So we've got other energies working on either side of the sun here. On the one end, you got Mars now in your fifth house for joy, happiness, activity, fun stuff, the things that you love to do when you have time to indulge into your hobbies and so forth. It's also a very romantic area. And Mars here is in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is very versatile. So I can see how you're trying to spread your energy, not just into one direction, but perhaps maybe several directions right now, and being able to master it and be on top of it. Now, what really will enhance this Mars energy in your fifth house, which also rules children, right, is that you're going to have the new moon there on May 25th. So, whatever you're accomplishing, whatever you're doing, you see this fifth house is also the business that you own and all that self-expression and creativity. Now, if you've really been able to move along the way it looks like you will be, then by the time of the new moon, I see that the perfect intention for you, since the new moons are always about new beginnings, that's you telling yourself, making a promise to yourself, that I want more of this even after Mars leaves, won't be back here for 2 years. I promise myself I'm going to take time off to do these things that I've been doing this month. Because why? When we work hard, we need to play hard too. You need to add extra room into your life for hobbies and doing those things that actually builds your energy, right? So perfect new moon affirmation for you there. Speaking of the moons, we got the full moon, and for you this month it's going to be in your career house. So whatever you've been working on, especially this last month, this is coming to play and take center stage. So that will be on May 10th, so pay attention to what you can harvest. Full moons are always harvesting, just like the new moons are planting the seeds, new beginnings, right? So now you can harvest from not just last month, but this whole last year, since the moon, the full moon, was in this area last time. So that is a great time. I love May 10th for you. We were speaking about Mars, love, romance in that fifth house of joy. Let's speak about Venus, because Venus is really powered up for you this month. And that is because she's just moved into the sign of Aries. Now, think about Aries as the initiator. You're going to find yourself expressing all that initiative energy, taking the lead, expressing your feelings. Why? Because she's passing through your third house of communication. So you're going to speak what your heart is running over with. Now, that will be, of course, such a gift for your partner to hear what you're actually thinking, feeling, intending, right? Because that really powers up your relationship. Mars is there in the fifth house, so you're so ready to have fun, you're ready to be open, to find your flow. As an Aquarius, it's easy for you to be detached when you want to and focus on whatever it is that's at hand, right? But this month, your love is going to fill your heart, and you are going to be speaking it. And you know what it does? It's very healing, because not just to your partner, but even to you, to hear yourself express those deeper emotions. But you're going to be quite playful at this, Aquarius, because Mars in Aries can be very competitive, game-loving, loving your games. But this time it's going out to who you care about. It goes into that fifth house of love too. So I can see how those two can really work together and bring things. Get all your ducks in a row here. Mercury is retrograde, however, so you might be revisiting some issue of the past. I feel at this time, though, it's easier maybe to address what might have been a challenge last month or the month prior. That's why we have these retrogrades, so that we can go back and retweak what needs to be done to reset balance. Now this Mercury retrograde is also in your third house for communication. So it's like a double whammy because Mercury is communication. It's in the area of communication. And it's in the sign of Aries, meaning you're going to be very direct, very blunt. Your partner might be very direct, very blunt. And that is all good. Why? Because then we get to the core. We're not, doing the dance around things and not really getting to the core, but you will. Jupiter is still retrograde and will be until June 10th, which is currently in your ninth house, yes. So there's a part of you wanting just to kind of hand back, not really pushing forward towards your goals. You will do that after June 10th. I feel that this month for you, in many ways, Aquarius, could be a game changer because there's things coming into your life. I'll talk about that when we get to our list of transits. But before the end of May, things have come into your life where you can turn a corner, open up new doors. Jupiter will be behind you and give you wind under your wings here next month. So June is going to be super exciting to listen to, so stay tuned for that. But let's start what is here on top of the month. On the 4th, the Sun and Neptune are going to come together, create a vision. Now I've shared that with the other sun signs here too. For you, this is between your 4th house for home and family, where you live, the foundation of your life, and the vision of how you can actually come to make more money, or in maybe a different way. There's a vision here of where you can see yourself and where you're going. Now, since the Sun is in the 4th house and the money vision is coming from the 2nd house, it could be not necessarily a change of jobs, which it could be. We got that full moon up there on the 10th, but it could be the way you're making money. Maybe you could make some money from home, maybe like a second business or something. On the 9th, we got the Sun and Pluto. They are in a golden triangle. The Sun being you, Pluto is that transformative energy, opening up a new door, and it's good. It's really good because it's also coupled by Mercury and Uranus coming with an unexpected news. So within those 2 days, within a 24-hour range of you being awake, whatever is opening up for you, I feel it has to do perhaps with travel. I feel communication, whatever you're going to be hearing, might just open up a new opportunity. I feel if you're giving any presentations or talks or interviews, reviews, that kind of thing could also be very exciting. But the change pretty much is something that you've been wanting or you've been talking about, I feel, with your partner, since it's a Sun-Pluto aspect here that also is being involved in this new start beginning. On the 11th, there is a little discouragement, maybe just in the beginning of the day. Mars and Neptune, they are squaring off on each other. So what maybe you had hoped or anticipated, were excited about, looking forward to the 11th, so it might be something you've known about for a while, it might not fulfill itself immediately as you had hoped. However, though, I'm seeing there's a talk where Mercury and Saturn is going to come in and set it straight. So it might just be a rain check, and that's all it is. It's not disappearing for you totally, but that's how it's going to feel. It's like, oh no, that feeling. But it's going to go from oh no to oh good, I got it secured. Okay, so from the one extreme to the other within 1 day. Then on the 12th, it's all secured for you right now, and then Mars and Jupiter are coming together for action and speeding up of events. This has to do with joy, fun, romance, creativity, Jupiter for travel, expansion, and so forth. And your Jupiter is in the 9th house for travel. So I'm feeling that, yes, it could be a spontaneous trip. Maybe you will go somewhere you've been wanting to for a long time. But it's all good. And I feel, even though Jupiter still, here at this time, may be retrograde, it's not holding back its gifts on you because Mars is direct and they have that beautiful aspect together. Now on the 16th, Mercury is changing signs out of fiery Aries into Taurus. This means that we're all going to be thinking more in a Taurian style. Regardless of what sign we are, we become colored by the filter of where Mercury is expressing itself. That means we're going to be hanging on to our values, we're going to be speaking our truth, we're going to be wanting to make sure that the security that we feel is grounded. And this is the security of the fourth house, which is your home and your foundation. You're wanting to know that those things are good. It will be operating there for the rest of the month into June. So you will see how you're going to be thinking, speaking, and acting upon these things that has to do with home-related matters. On the 19th, super exciting, Aquarius, Saturn and Uranus, they're coming up to a glorious trine. And even though Saturn is retrograde until August 6th, it's still going to be receiving this divine gift of shift and change and the big OMG factor on the 19th. Now your Saturn is in the 11th house for your hopes and dreams, the goals that you've been working for. And Uranus is coming from your third house, which has to do with communication, has to do with siblings, has to do with travel, short distance travel. So here I see how these two are going to lock in for you. You might have to make a choice or make up your mind on a certain matter. That is between Venus and Jupiter, because on the same day they're going to be opposing each other. So it's not always we can have all things at once. You might have to put something aside in order to have the other. And especially, for example, if you're going to be traveling, you can't do things at your home or in your city, right? Because you're going away and then having it. But it's not a difficult choice, not at all. I see joy, I see smiles, I see laughter, I see joy. And on the 20th, here we go, the sun is moving out of the area of your home, foundation, environment into the 5th house, which has to do with joy and play and leisure activities, your children, spending time with them, the businesses that you own, or anything of creative projects. This is where you're going to shine. And Venus and Pluto, though, be careful on the 25th. Now, the 25th is also the day of the new moon when we set our new intentions. But Venus and Pluto might not see eye to eye. And for you, that could be with your significant other, but it could also be anybody around you, because it's like everybody's feeling a little edgy. It's like whatever it is we suppress at certain times, if we haven't brought it up, it will come up, and then it comes out very fiery. Think about Pluto as a volcano, right? So laying low, it's not a good time ever to try to have rational talks when people are reactive, because everybody turns very defensive and getting nowhere. So recognize it right off the bat and say, yeah, you got a point there. Let's talk about that next week. Let's think about it. Let's talk about it like next week. Venus is away from Pluto, and then you can have your good rational talk. So just don't get into any power plays. On the 28th, here we have the rest of the month. Mercury and Neptune. Remember I talked about your vision, they're on the 4th. Now, see, it's coming back to you and you can act upon it. Mercury communicates, so I see how you're sharing this thought, this vision, and getting feedback from it. Mercury is in such a great place at this time because it's in the foundation of your chart. Neptune is beaming you from your sense of self, self-worth and so forth. 2nd house, also money, right? And how you would like to create or generate money in a different way. And again, Mercury, see, is in your home. So I don't know, maybe you're thinking about a second business, some kind of creative venture. Not necessarily as a day job. For some of you it could be, but it could be a secondary thing. I think it's great because on the 31st, I see you kicking into action. Mars is up and running, and it's up and running with Uranus, which is coming in, giving you that golden kick to move forward. And that Uranus is in your 3rd house. You're communicating your vision. You're communicating, acting upon that creative energy, that Mars in the 5th house. So, it doesn't get better than that, Aquarius. If you're looking for triggers, this month has triggers. Make it work for you. Mean it. Recognize what's taking place. Be strong enough and have faith enough in yourself to actually follow up, follow through. Sometimes, opportunities come and we just look at it. If we don't act upon them, they may be gone. So the end of the month, on that 31st, not only is Mars and Uranus active, but Mercury and Pluto too. That's you signing the deal, getting down to it, communicating with power and a sense of empowerment. So you're coming across with your point to the core. People are listening. You have the power with you and the power of Gad. So, if the end of the month is ending on such incredible notes, what do you think? How June is going to start out for you? It's going to start out with these energies, top of the list. So you're going to have wind under your wings. So June is going to be super exciting to listen to. So stay tuned. I'll see you there next month. Bye now.